questions are. I'm happy to answer them, and we will be moving along anytime now. But let's take a look at my roster this week. And God, I have some tough decisions. I think I'm gonna cave. I think I'm actually gonna start Cooper Cup. I feel really weird about it, but I feel like I signed up for this when I drafted him, and honestly, the odds I actually like get the tiebreakers and make it to the playoffs are really slim. So I think I'm actually just gonna bite the bullet and do it. But let me ask you guys a question. Let me start a poll, and who to start at wide receiver? Half PPR and 100-yard bonus. That is the scoring. And my decisions are Cooper Cup or Drake London. I know Drake London has a bad matchup, but oh my god, I have like no faith in Cooper Cup right now. So let me know what you guys think. And at the moment, I have Cooper Cup. I was pivoting back and forth. I originally had London for a long time, but I think I'm just gonna do it. I think I'm gonna just suck it up and go with Cup. So let me know what you guys think. I will go with whatever the poll decides in my lineup this week. But okay, where are we in the questions? Need to find myself here. What's going on? There we go. What's my second favorite color? Blue. I think so. I'm pretty sure that's the first comment. But yeah, I would say first it's green, then it's blue. Elrod is asking, I'm kind of screwed from the tight end position. It's a must-win week. Do I start Juwan Johnson or Higbee? I trade away Laporta. And I also have Schultz, who is out. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Johnson, my friend. I think I'm going to go with Juwan Johnson. He had like 7 targets last week, and Shaheed is out while Olave is going to play. I think he trusts the volume a little bit more for Juwan than Higbee. Higbee had a good game last week, but hadn't done shit prior to that, and is still only averaging like 5 points a game, including that 17-pointer. So I don't expect any touchdowns for him. I do not trust Higbee at the end of the day. So I'm going to go with Juwan Johnson. I have Juwan at number 10. Yeah, I got Juwan at number 10 right there. And then Higbee I have down at 17. I'm going to go with Juwan Johnson at number 10. But a Warrior Loft says Cup. Yeah, I think I have to do it. It looks like currently 100% of the votes are siding with Cooper Cup. But Warrior Loft also Christian Watson or A.J. Dillon. Ooh, depends on what you want. Do you just want like a 9-point floor? I think A.J. Dillon's good for 8, pretty much guaranteed almost. However, Watson could blow up for 15 plus. I think Watson has the ceiling. I do not expect Dillon to score any touchdowns. So if you just want the safer play, then there's more volume headed for Dillon. I am a little bit worried about this matchup. The Chiefs are really good at limiting number 1 receivers, so I do think they hold him in check. I think it's really close, but I think I would go A.J. Dillon. I think you have a safer bet with Dillon, and it's really close. Like I have Watson at, I want to say 30, no, at 28. I have him at 28. Touchdown dependent for sure, but could give you like 5 points, and you wouldn't be shocked at all. Whereas I have A.J. Dillon at like 26. Number 23. Yeah, I have him at 23. I just think it's a safer bet with Dillon. So I'm going to go A.J. Dillon over Christian Watson. But Joe Kingsley is asking Tank Dell or Jamar Chase. All the experts say Dell, but I just did some research. Denver defense hasn't given up 60 yards to any wide receiver since week 4. I'm leaning a healthy Chase. I mean, you can do what you want. I am worried about T. Higgins, to be honest with you. And I genuinely do not trust Jake Browning. So my rankings do have Tank Dell ranked higher. Dell has been just so on fire lately. I have him at number 15, and I have Jamar at number 22. I would go with Tank Dell personally because Dell is getting like 10 plus targets per game. I know the Broncos defense is a little scary, but this This game has playoff implications. I think it's going to be really, really interesting, a tough fight. And with no Dalton Schultz, I see a lot of targets headed for Dell still. So I think there's more upside with Dell. I think if you're just trying to bank like 8 points, then go with Jamar. He'll probably give you like 5 for 70, something like that. 5 for 60, 5 for 65, something like that. Um, Whereas Dell, I think, is much more likely to get you the touchdown. Like, yeah, you might not get as many yards with Dell. It's possible. The Denver defense is a bad matchup, but I think if one of them scores a touchdown, it's way, way more likely to be Tank Dell. I'd much rather go with C.J. Stroud at QB than Jake Browning. So I'm still going to go Tank Dell. Good luck to you, Joe Kingsley. But 3.4 is asking Puka, Cup, Debo, Calvin Ridley need 2 receivers. Rashad White, DeAndre Swift, Pacheco need 2 running backs and 1 flex from those lists, 1 PPR. Okay, so wide receivers, I'm going to go with Debo and Calvin Ridley. I feel really confident in Ridley at the moment. Cam Taylor-Britt is also out for the Bengals, so Ridley's going to have a better matchup than he otherwise would have. And Debo is in the game of the year, like really high-profile matchup this afternoon against the Eagles, and Debo always shows up in those types of games. So I trust him. The Eagles secondary can't really stop anyone, so I think Debo's going to have a ton of volume, really good game, definitely score a touchdown in my opinion. So I'm going with Debo and Ridley. I have both of them inside my top 12. I have Debo at 13, Ridley at 10. I'm definitely starting Ridley and Debo. But at running back, you need 2 of them. I'm going to go with Rashad White, 100%. I think Rashad is really safe right now, getting a ton of volume. And the matchup against Carolina is one of the best on the season. They allow a lot of touchdowns to the position. I think Rashad is going to give you like 90-plus yards as well, because I don't think Chris Godwin is going to play. He also catches a lot of passes. So Rashad White, 100%. And then I do have Pacheco 2 spots over DeAndre Swift. I think Pacheco is good for some targets. Swift hasn't been doing that like crazy lately, and the touchdowns often evade him. Like, it's kind of hit or miss because Jalen Hurts runs it in so much. Swift, I think, has more of a floor, not as high of a ceiling as Pacheco. I'm going to go with Rashad and Pacheco at the running back position. But for the flex, I'm going to lean into the Eagles-San Francisco matchup. I'm going to go with DeAndre Swift over Puka and Kupp. I do not trust either of the Rams wide receivers that much right now, and the Browns defense is a really bad matchup. So I'm going to bench Puka and Kupp. I'm going to start Ridley and Debo, and then your running backs are Rashad White, Pacheco. Your flex is DeAndre Swift. Good luck to you, 3.4. But Howard Mighty is asking Christian Kirk or Mostert. Damn. I think if you just want the floor, I'm going to go Christian Kirk. Kirk is not scoring touchdowns. He hasn't done that in over a month at the moment. And while that is unfortunate, he's still offering you a very safe floor of like 70 yards and like 6 catches. So you're getting 9.5 points per game from Kirk. And if he does score a touchdown, then you get 15. It's a nice bonus, but I don't expect it. Whereas Mostert, I really am concerned with A-Chain coming into the mix. Mostert is not catching any passes lately. That has kind of just eluded his game completely. And I do worry about his floor, whereas his ceiling is still really intriguing. So if you want to just chase the touchdown and hope for upside, I would go with Mostert. But if you just want to play it safer and try and get like 10 points guaranteed, I would go Christian Kirk. I think I would favor Christian Kirk. I think there's a much more guaranteed production from Kirk, whereas Mostert could absolutely kind of fall off a cliff if A-Chain really dominates in this backfield. We don't know what to expect. I still think Mostert gets the most touches, but it's going to be definitely diminished. So I'm going to go with Christian Kirk. I think it's a safer bet. And the number 1 corner for the Bengals is out, which means the number 2, which would be on Kirk, now transfers over to Ridley, and now you get a backup against Christian Kirk. I think Kirk could have a nice floor. Really safe production from Christian Kirk. I'm going to go Kirk over Mostert because I think it's safer. If you really want to chase the touchdown, though, then go with Mostert. But I would go Christian Kirk personally. Josh Serving up questions. What's up, bro? Do I start Breece Hall over Puka? I have Stevenson, Kyron Williams as my running backs. Collins, Wilson, and Downs are my other starting receivers. I would go Breece Hall over Puka. However, I would go Puka over Josh Downs. I am a little bit worried about Josh Downs. This divisional matchup is not ideal. And while he did get a lot of targets last week, he didn't really do shit with them. The matchup is nowhere near as good as it was last week. So I worry about Downs. I don't think Minshew is throwing that many touchdowns at the moment. He definitely favors Pittman. So while I would go Brees Hall over Puka, I would personally go Puka over Downs. That would be my preference. I have Nakua at number 23, and I have Josh Downs at number 31. I think Downs is a little bit less safe than Puka. I could be wrong. Trust your gut. If you want to keep Downs over Puka, then be my guest. Go ahead. I don't hate that decision at all, but I think from a floor standpoint, I think Puka's a little bit better because Denzel Ward is not going to play for Cleveland, and that matchup is a little bit better for him. Downs, I worry just a little bit, but I could be wrong. I would go Brees Hall over Puka, though. That was your original question. But Rexton Too Freshish is asking 10-man full PPR, Sam or Kyler, and pick 2, A-Chain, Ford, Calvin, or Dell. At quarterback, I am going to go with Kyler Murray. Kyler is really safe from a rushing standpoint. He's really keeping it together and has 3 straight games of the rushing touchdown, so that's an extra 2 points. That's a nice bonus. And he's averaging like 19 points since he's been active. I think Kyler is the way, way safer pick. And while I don't love the Steelers matchup like crazy, I still trust Kyler to produce good numbers. Howell is a little bit more boom or bust, and I worry about the interceptions just a little bit more with Howell. So I have Howell 3 spots lower at 12. I'm going to go with Kyler. Personally, I think the floor is safer, closer to like 18, 19, 20 points from Kyler Murray. But you need 2 of these running backs or flex plays. You got Calvin, Dell, Ford, and A-Chain in full PPR. I'm definitely going to go Calvin. I got Ridley top 10 this week. I'm trusting Ridley really confidently at the moment. I think he's finally started to click with Trevor Lawrence. And kind of like last season at the end, Lawrence is starting to turn it up, play really well. I think Ridley is going to be at worst top 15 rest of season. But Dell, I worry a little bit about that calf injury. The matchup's not great, but I still trust him. He has such elite upside. I don't think I can bench him, honestly. So I'm going to go with Dell because A-Chain, you really don't know exactly what to expect. Like, he's been really efficient, a lot of touchdowns when he was healthy, but he could get hurt again off like 5 plays, and you wouldn't be shocked if that knee injury flared up. So I do worry about A-Chain a little bit. And then Ford, A-Chain's also in a committee as well, so that's another big factor to consider. And then Ford, with Flacco under center, that kind of scares me a little bit. I think the floor is much safer with Ford, but the ceiling is just so high with Dell, and it's full PPR. Ford doesn't really catch that many passes, so I'm still going to go tank Dell. I'm going to stick with the receivers in full PPR. I definitely favor them in terms of tiebreakers. So I'm going to go Ridley 100%, and then Dell. With a little hesitation, I might pivot to A-Chain for the ceiling or Ford for the floor, but I think Dell just has that 20-point upside. You can't really bench him at the moment. I'm going to trust Dell with no Schultz. I think the volume is really safe for tank Dell. But come on, y'all, hit those likes. Yeah, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Where are we at on the like button? We have 29 people watching and only 10 likes. Do me a favor, everyone. Hit that like button. If I've answered your question, especially, that would be very much appreciated. Get these numbers up. Get this video pumped up in the algorithm a little bit more. But we are 30 minutes from kickoff, so we gotta go rapid fire. The questions are mounting. So Warrior Loft is saying, thanks, it is snowing in Green Bay. Yeah, that's a definitely reason to favor A.J. Dillon a little bit more. They will lean on the big bruiser for sure. But Matt Chen, Brevin Jordan, or Tyler Conklin, I don't trust Brevin Jordan. He has 7 targets on the year, and maybe he finds his way into the end zone, but I don't trust it. I think Conklin is a safer bet for like 6 points, 5, 6 points. Brevin, touchdowns always really important for tight ends anyway. So that could happen for Jordan, and I could be wrong about this, but I think the floor is safer with Conklin. I would go Conklin, personally. I think there's less bust potential with Tyler Conklin. But Cameron Kaplan is asking Freiermuth or Taysom. I'm going to go with Freiermuth, my friend. I love what I saw from Freiermuth. I've been a believer in his talent ever since the last year. I was really high on Freiermuth. And Last week he had 12 targets. I think the new offensive coordinator is going to use him a ton. And the Cardinals also gave up 2 touchdowns to Tyler Higbee last week. It's a good spot. I think Freiermuth finds the end zone. I think it's way, way safer in terms of volume with Pat Freiermuth. Taysom is, a bit of a gimmick play. You're hoping for that upside. He has it for sure. I wouldn't be shocked if he had the better game with 20 points. But at the same time, if he gave you like 3 points, I wouldn't be shocked either. So I'm going to go Freiermuth. I think the matchup is great and his volume is really consistent, really solid. I'm going to go with Freiermuth. The targets are elite. Looking like that's the case at the moment. But Paul Nenig is asking, have to start 2 Cup, Puka, London, Daubs, full point PPR. Well, if you look at the poll, people are saying Cup over London 100%. People don't seem to be interested in London against Sauce Gardner this week, and I understand that. But I know that Puka's been fucking shit lately. So I actually have Daubs ranked above Cup, but I have London ranked above Daubs. I don't think Daubs gives you much volume, so he's really touchdown dependent. I would be going Puka in this instance. I have Puka ranked the highest, I believe 1 spot above Drake London. I have Puka at number 23, London 24. So I think if you just want the floor, then go Puka and London, bench Daubs. But given who Cup is, his name value, and like what you kind of have to just like roll out there, like I kind of mentioned this at the top of the video before people were kind of trickling in, but I've decided to bite the bullet. I'm just gonna roll with Cooper Cup. I'm just gonna take my chances and lay in the bed that I have set up for myself by drafting him. I don't love it. I'm really worried about it, but Denzel Ward's not gonna play, so that does help him a little bit. And I think if you just want to like mitigate risk, go with Cup and Puka. One of them should have a decent game, but yeah, it could be fucking terrible. I understand. I think I mean personally, I'm going Cup over London, so I don't love it, but I think that's the way to go. It just feels weird to not roll out Cup. I'm wavering on my low ranking on him, but yeah, I'm gonna go Puka for sure, and then it's up to you. But it looks like the poll is heavily favoring Cooper Cup, 85% Cooper Cup over Drake London. So good luck, bro. Gonna need it for sure. You and me both. But 3.4. Sorry, need 1 wide receiver of the 4 plus potential second wide receiver at flex. What was your original question? Gotta go back. You only need 1 receiver. Okay, give me Calvin Ridley. Ridley would be my favorite. Debo would be my second favorite of your 4. Yeah. GOAT mode. Javonte or Garrett Wilson, full PPR? That's a good question, bro. I'm going to go Garrett Wilson. I think the volume is really safe for Garrett Wilson. The fact that it's full PPR really gives you that safe production and floor. I'm going to go with Garrett Wilson. He scored a touchdown with Boyle last week. It could happen again, but you're getting like 11 targets from Garrett Wilson. The volume is just so secure. And Javonte is losing a little bit of work to Samaje Perine lately. I'm going to go Garrett Wilson in full PPR over Javonte. But Eric Fortis is saying, Adam, tell me I'm crazy for starting Ridley over Dell. No, not at all. I have Ridley ranked like 5 spots higher than Tank Dell. How do you feel about Denver's DBs as of late and Dell's calf injury? The calf injury I don't think is like that concerning. He was never held out of practice. Actually, he didn't practice Wednesday. He was limited otherwise. I think he's going to be fine. I think Dell, the corners scare me. If you told me that Patrick Surtain was on him the entire game, then I'd be fucking terrified of Tank Dell. But I think he's going to travel. I think it's going to be split between him and Nico, and the fact that what's his name, Schultz is not going to play. But that's a big reason to trust Tank Dell. I still think he's good, but I definitely feel like Ridley is the better option with no Cam Taylor Britt. It's a good spot for Ridley, who's really going off lately. I would go Ridley over Dell, 100%. But also like the video, y'all show some love. Thank you very much. Yes, it looks like the likes have trickled in. We've gone up to 25 likes. I really appreciate it. If you still have not liked this video, do me a favor, especially if I answered your question. Like and subscribe if you have not done so already. But 3.4. So Ridley, wide receiver, and Debo over Swift at flex. Yes, that's what I would be doing. 3.4, 100%. But Ross Wiley. Hey, Adam, it's Ross here. Opinions on Tampa's defense being really banged up and the probability of Adam Thielen to hit. I'm really needing a win, so I'm going for a ceiling plan. Yes, the Bucks defense are extremely, extremely injured at the moment, and I don't think they're like as elite of a play as they were a few days ago. Their secondary is without their best corner, Jamel Dean, as well. So overall, it's been a top 5 matchup this season, top 3 in the last 3 weeks. There's definitely some upside. There's a new coach, and you really never know what could happen. They might pivot to Mingo just to see what they have in the rookie. But I do think you're more confident in Thielen. I did bump him up. I now rank him at number 30. He could put up a dud completely, but if you're just chasing the ceiling, then the floor doesn't really matter to you. So yeah, I do. I could possibly see, you know, 8, 9 receptions for 80 yards and a touchdown. He could possibly return to that glory that we saw previously. I don't feel amazing about it. At number 30, it's still a hard bet, but yeah, from a ceiling standpoint, it is there. It is possible. So I don't hate it. But I don't know what your other options are. I think I would probably feel somewhat confident in trusting him if I needed to from a ceiling perspective. But Howard Mighty, Mostert, or Gibbs? Gibbs, 100%. With A-Chain available, I do not trust Mostert anywhere near as much. I already had Gibbs ranked higher before I knew A-Chain was going to play. Give me Gibbs 100%. But David R3 is asking Njoku or McBride. I trust McBride like with my life almost. I have McBride at number 3 this week. McBride is seeing 8.5 targets per game with Kyler under center. The floor is so secure, so safe. I definitely am going McBride over Njoku. I have Njoku at number 9. McBride at number 3. Definitely give me McBride over Njoku. But Rigby Wormbrain is asking, is Taylor droppable since he's out 5 weeks? Is that confirmed? I can't say I've read that. I can't say I've looked into it. I just need to confirm that that's actually the truth before I give you an answer. The news on him: Taylor is expected to require 3 to 5 weeks to recover from the right thumb. You know, because it's the low end is 3, and that would be a week 16 return. I do not think he's droppable. If it's guaranteed 5 weeks, then yeah. But if it's just 3, then no. I don't. I think I'd hold on to him. I think I would hold on, man. The low end is usually the more likely. It's just his thumb. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like it's his knee. It's not like it's his ACL. It's just his fucking thumb. So I don't think he'll be out more than 3 weeks. I would keep him. But Patrick asking, Bucks or Browns defense? Additionally, should I drop Browns for Texans defense next week? Texans play Jets and Browns play Jacksonville. I mean, yes, the Texans next week would be better. But this week I'm going to go with the Browns. I worry about the Bucks. They're really injured at the moment, especially on defense, and I don't think they're as elite of a spot. I would just start the Browns. I have them top 5 because Garrett is going to play. I think they're the better option. I'm going to go with the Browns defense this week. And then next week, I would try to get the Texans. But the Browns have a decent schedule as well rest of the season, if I'm not mistaken. The Browns... let me pull this up here. The Browns get Jags, Chicago after that, Houston, and then the Jets in Week 17. I would really want the Browns defense for Week 17. That's an elite matchup in the championship. So I would try and drop somebody else. I like to carry 2 defenses at this point in the year and be able to pivot with some flexibility on a week-to-week basis if I can. If you can't, I understand. If you just need them for a spot start next week, I definitely prefer the Texans against the Jets over the Browns against Jacksonville. But in Week 17, I want the Browns, 100%. But Rexton, appreciate it, Brody. I'll consider Dell over A-Chain for sure. Good luck, pal. Good luck to you. But Richard West, you need the most upside: Montgomery, Mostert, A-Chain, Evans, and Olave. I think Olave is poised for another 100-yard game, and the touchdown's a little bit elusive, but I assume you play in some type of PPR format, and with Montgomery not catching any passes, I think he has a really safe floor. I think Montgomery's going to give you 15 points, almost guaranteed, but Olave could do that on just yards as well. So I'm going to go with Olave, and hopefully that touchdown hits. It's a good matchup against Detroit. I am going to go with Olave. I think that's the highest upside for sure. I got Olave like number 5 this week, like really fucking high. I have Olave number 6. Yeah, number 6. But David R3 says Dell. Not sure what that's in reference to, but Chicago D is asking McBride or Muth non-PPR. I'm still going to go... Oh, it's standard? I'm going to go with Muth. I think the Cardinals matchup is way more likely for a touchdown, and the Steelers limit Kyler in the red zone. McBride is not giving you touchdowns. So that's what's really important with tight end in standard. I'm going to go with Freiermuth over McBride in that spot. I think the volume could be similar, and I think Muth has a better shot to score a touchdown. The fact that it's non-PPR is the tiebreaker. For me, I'm going to go with Freiermuth over McBride in that spot. But Xander says D. McBride. I assume you're answering Chicago's question, but Rexton is asking which tight end has a safer floor rest of season between Freiermuth and Pitts. I think Freiermuth has the safer floor. Pitts never gives you touchdowns, and Ritter is a very hard option to trust. He had a good matchup last week, did Pitts, and he did fucking nothing with it. 2 for 22, so I think Freiermuth is the better option rest of season. But Muffins 22, pick 2 PPR, A-Chain, Ford, Connor, Deontay, and Hollywood. Okay. I'm not going to start Connor. I'm ruling Connor out. I'm also going to rule out Deontay Johnson. Don't feel good about that. I'm going to go with A-Chain and Ford. I know that it's really tempting to go with Hollywood after last week's 12-target game, but he's still like really brutal with Kyler under center. I don't trust Marquise at all really right now. And I think A-Chain has such a high ceiling. I think I'm going to roll A-Chain out there. Could be a shootout against the Commanders. And then Ford is so safe from a floor standpoint. I really trust him to give you 9 points with more accuracy than Hollywood would. But I'm going to go with the 2 running backs. It feels weird to bench Hollywood in that full PPR format, but I'm going to go with A-Chain and Ford. I rank them the highest of all 5 of these options, but good luck there. I'd be tempted to go Hollywood over Ford, but I don't think I'm going to do it. I feel safer with Ford, honestly. But Joe Smith is asking Jerome Ford or Deontay Johnson, kind of in the same vein as my last question. Feel way, way safer with Jerome Ford. If anyone scores a touchdown, it's more likely him. Deontay almost never gives you that. So I'm going to go with Jerome Ford. Deontay lost some ground last week to Muth in the target share with the new OC. So give me Jerome Ford over Deontay Johnson. But Dustin, where are we? Holy shit. We got a super chat question. I got to answer this one. Dean Gonzalez, thank you very much for the donation, my friend. Need a flex. Higgins or Freiermuth or Hubbard PPR? I'm going to go Freiermuth. I feel really good about Pat. Good matchup. I think he has a touchdown waiting for him this week. And if he sees another 10 targets like he saw 12 last week, you're going to be really happy in full PPR. Hubbard, extremely touchdown dependent. Don't trust him. And then Higgins, I have no idea what to expect. With Browning under center, I'm going to go Freiermuth. In that spot, I have him as a top 5 tight end this week. I love Freiermuth a lot at the moment. So thank you, my friend. Appreciate the donation, and good luck to you. But back to the comments, we got Woolly Mammoth asking Dustin Hopkins or Will Lutz. I don't like to think about kickers, honestly, but I'm gonna go Will Lutz. I feel a little bit better about the Denver kicker than the Cleveland kicker. Give me Will Lutz this week. But Jamie Flores is asking Herbert in the rain or Goff versus the Saints. I'm still going to go Herbert. Those rushing yards are really important. He's giving you a lot of rushing stats lately. I'm still going to go Herbert. I rank him higher. And I don't really care about the rain, to be honest with you. Not a big concern. Although Goff in a dome is tempting. If you just want the floor, if you want the higher floor, then go Goff. But I still think Herbert has the higher ceiling. I'm still going to go Herbert personally. But I am a Charger fan. Keep that in mind. I might be a little biased with that answer. It's hard for me to pivot off of Herbert. But the safer floor is Goff. The higher ceiling is Herbert. But Chris Corona, who to start at flex, London, Watson, Downs, or Hollywood? You only need one? Damn. I think from a floor standpoint, it's London. From a ceiling standpoint, it's Watson. I think I'd probably go Watson. But apparently it's going to snow in Green Bay from what I heard. So maybe not anymore. Yeah, fuck. Shit. I think I'm going to go London there. I don't feel good about it, but I think I'm going to go London. It's either London or Hollywood. Fuck, man, that's a tough question. What are my rankings saying? I have London one spot above Marquise. I think if one of them's going to bust, it would be London, but I think the floor is still safer with him. The ceiling is higher with Marquise Brown. Do with that info what you will. I'd probably go Marquise Brown if I was just chasing upside, but I think if I just wanted the floor, I'd go London. I'd probably just go London. Cameron Kaplan asking Waddle, Pittman, Olave, Devontae, who to sit. You're not benching. Damn, you have good options here. I can't bench Olave against Detroit. He's going to go off. Top 6. I got Pittman right behind him. Can't bench Pittman. And then against the Niners, I think I got to go Devontae. I have Waddle ranked at 12. I have Devontae at 9. I have Pittman at 7. Olave at 6. I'm going to be benching Waddle in that instance. Don't feel good about it, but yeah, going to be benching Waddle. Feels weird, but that you have such good options, it doesn't matter. Okay, we got 10 minutes. We got to go rapid fire, everyone. We got to fucking speed through this shit. But Luis Ornelas, Noah Brown, or Puka Nacua? I'm still going to go Puka Nacua. I do not know what to expect from Noah Brown, even without Schultz. I don't love it. So give me Puka Nacua. There is no Denzel Ward for the Browns. But Rob Soul, the 286 King, Chargers defense, or Cleveland Browns defense? Give me Cleveland. Myles Garrett's going to play. Definitely give me Cleveland. I do not trust the Chargers D at all. But ZA 215, Yo-Yo, start 1 half PPR, Mixon or Hall. Falcons defense or Steelers defense. I'm going to go Hall over Mixon. I do not trust the Bengals offense. I think Hall gets more volume in the passing game. Falcons defense or Steelers defense. Give me the Steelers 100%. Love the Steelers at home. And then full PPR league, Superflex Kyler Murray over Raheem Mostert and James Conner. Due to the matchup, separate leagues. Yes, I will be going Kyler Murray over Raheem Mostert. Kyler is averaging like 18, 19 points in his last 3. Give me Kyler in Superflex over Raheem and James Conner. But Anthony B, 3 and 5, I heard. Not sure what you're referring to. I lost track of what your previous question would have been. But Sean Hales, Gerald Everett or Brevin Jordan or Hunter Henry? Give me Gerald Everett, 100%. I have no confidence in Hunter Henry. And then Brevin Jordan, I have no ability to predict accurately what will happen. He has 7 targets on the year, and I don't feel good. I think Everett has the safest floor and the highest touchdown outside. Give me Gerald Everett, 100%. But Ronnie Daniel is saying, what's good, man? Full PPR, Kirk or Javonte for the flex? Thank you, man. I believe I had like the same question or something similar to it. I'm going to go with Christian Kirk. I feel really good, really safe about Christian Kirk. And you're like guaranteeing about 9.5 points. If that touchdown does hit, you get 15, whereas Javonte might get a touchdown and only give you like 12. I think the floor is higher with Christian Kirk, especially in full PPR. You get more targets, more receptions. With the receiver, give me Christian Kirk over Javonte. But Anthony B, if you had to sit one, Moss, Eckler, Kyron, Etienne, fuck. I think I'd be sitting Moss, but I have him ranked the lowest. But honestly, I'm tempted to rank Eckler. Like the only reason I rank Eckler higher is because you like have to respect him. But he's been a little bit more brutal lately. I'd be tempted to bench Eckler, to be honest. But I think I'm definitely starting Kyron. I'm definitely starting Etienne. It's between benching Moss and Eckler. Fuck it, bench Eckler. Fuck it. Bench Eckler. But looks like we have a donation coming in. Which 2 to start? Jaden Reed or Dotson or Higgins? PPR also have McBride or Laporta. Rice need 2 PPR. Okay. I'm going to be going Jaden Reed over Jahan Dotson and T. Higgins. Jaden Reed has 3 straight games with a touchdown, very high volume in the red zone. I like Jaden Reed a lot this week. Give me Jaden Reed over the other 2. And then... Oh, no, but you need 2. Then I'm going to go T. Higgins. I'm going to go T. Higgins over Dotson. I think there's more talent, more upside with T. Higgins, and Dotson scares me a little bit. But then you also have McBride or Laporta. Rice need 2 in full PPR. I'm going to go with McBride and Rashee Rice. I think I prefer Rashee Rice over Laporta. I think McBride is an extremely, extremely safe floor. I'm going to definitely start Rashee Rice and go with McBride over Laporta. So benching Dotson, benching Laporta, good luck to you, Dean Gonzalez. Thank you very much for the donation, my friend. Really appreciate it. But we got to get back to where we were. Tim J. Carr or Mayfield? I'm going to go Derek Carr. I'm a little bit worried about the matchup. Not the matchup, but the fact that Godwin is unavailable. Carr has a really good floor, really good matchup, and the fact that Olave is available. I trust Derek Carr from a floor standpoint more. But Jake Beek, Mostert, or Warren, I'm going to go with Mostert. I still trust his Talent and his touchdown upside a little bit more. Warren might have higher ceiling, but they're both in committees. I'm going to go with Mostert, the player who's been better on the year with Mostert. But Trinity Johnson, we have 5 minutes. Standard flex, Swift versus San Francisco, Singletary or Connor. I'm going to go Swift 100%. But Kid Kobe, good morning. Need flex, help please. Brees Hall, Puka, or A-Chain PPR, thank you. I'm going to go with Brees Hall. He's getting 5 targets, 5 receptions per game. I'm going to go Brees Hall. But Apes, Mixon, Jaden Reed, Noah Brown, or Kareem Hunt, full PPR. Give me Jaden Reed, 100%. But Mike Corey, PPR league, Calvin Ridley or Ramondre Stevenson for flex. Because it's PPR, give me Ridley. Although I love the floor for Stevenson, I'm going to go Ridley in that spot. But Cesar Lopez, Deontay Pickens, or Watson, give me Watson. I think the floor is highest. A little bit worried about it. I don't think either of the Steelers receivers score a touchdown. But Deontay Pickens or Watson, give me Watson, full PPR. But AK, full PPR question to all, leaning A-Chain and Pat Freiermuth. A-Chain or Hall, flex, tight end, Pat F or T Hill. Give me Hall over A-Chain, and then give me Freiermuth over Taysom Hill. But Phenom TA, sup guys, what's up? Constantin Giftopoulos, Media Studies, McBride or Taysom Hill, full PPR, and Cup or Chase. Give me Jamar Chase over Cooper Kupp, and give me Trey McBride over Taysom Hill, 100%. But Phenom TA, half PPR, have Lamb and Evans, wide receiver, half, 1 out of 2. Collins or Waddle at flex. Okay. Give me Jalen Waddle over Nico Collins. I think the matchup is way better for Waddle. But Phenom leaning towards Waddle because of matchup. Yes, 100%. But Rexton is asking McManus or Hopkins. Give me McManus. Louis Ornelas, thank you, brother. You're welcome. Chicago D dropped Tampa Bay for Houston this week. No, I would still go Tampa Bay over Houston despite the injuries. But Kevin, Hollywood or James Conner flex PPR. I'm going to go with Hollywood in that offense. You get more targets and receptions from Hollywood over James Conner. But Khalil, Cheesy Mess, need 1 flex. A.J. Dillon, Jaden Reed, or Christian Watson. Thanks, appreciate it. Looks like there's some snow in Green Bay. I'm going to go A.J. Dillon, but I'm very tempted to go Jaden Reed. I think there's higher upside for Reed, but a higher floor with Dillon. Give me A.J. Dillon. But 215 Eagles, Chiefs or Bucks defense, James Conner or Curtis Samuel. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I think they're more talented and better spot. The Bucks are really injured at the moment. James Conner or Curtis Samuel. I think the floor is Conner, the ceiling is Samuel. I'm going to go with Conner for the floor. But 3 minutes. We have need 2 wide receivers for flex, full PPR. Devin Singletary, Cortland Sutton, Cooper Kupp. I'm going to go Singletary and Sutton bench Kupp. But Wilkins, Hollywood, or Deontay, give me Hollywood. Victor, flex Laporta or Hopkins, give me Laporta. Rob Sold, Dicker the kicker or Butker, give me Butker all day. Tater Toddy, Tank Dell or Puka, Tank Dell 100%. And then Rob Soul, thank you, G, you're the man. You're welcome. Tater Toddy, Singletary or Sutton, give me Singletary. And then Steven McManus, T-Law or Murray. Give me Trevor Lawrence. I like the spot on Monday night. And then Olrak, full PPR, Christian Watson, Thielen, or Higgins. I'm going to go Christian Watson, but just barely. Actually, no, in full PPR, I'm going to go Thielen. I'm going to go with Adam Thielen in that situation. But I do need to check my lineup, make sure I'm set. Okay. Etienne is going to play, so I'm going to start Etienne. Everybody else is healthy. I'm going Devontae Smith, Calvin Ridley, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I went with Cooks over Raheem Mostert on Thursday, and I feel really happy about that decision. I'm going Bijan Robinson, Justin Herbert. Yep, that's my lineup. And then the other one, I don't feel good about it, but I'm actually going to roll with Cooper Kupp. That's what the poll has told me to do. I'm going to follow your guys' suggestion. I'm going to go Cooper Kupp over Drake London. But Tariq Taylor, flex Amari Cooper, Laporta, or Hubbard. Give me Laporta. Give me Laporta 100%. But Jordan Kiltu, standard scoring. I need 2, McBride, Njoku, and Hunt. Give me McBride and Njoku. I do not trust Hunt at the moment. But Ronnie Daniel, Mixon or Singletary, full PPR. Give me Singletary. I'm worried about Mixon at the moment. And then Mr. Drob, Brees or A-Chain, full PPR. I still prefer Brees, seeing 4.5 targets per game, receptions per game. Really good floor with Brees and full PPR. But that's it for me. Looks like we have like 30 seconds left, so doubt I'm going to be able to help you anymore. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hitting that like button. And thank you for donating. If you donated, I really appreciate it. Really, thank you very much. So we are rolling. Looks like it's 12 p.m. now, and that's it for this video. And boy, it was a stressful situation. I hope you caught those answers as they came in. And thank you very much for watching. But Phenom, thank you. Thank you. I like Collins, but with Tank and Brown out there, potentially it's hard to say who gets majority of targets, and Denver D has been a bit better lately. Yeah, I think it's a tough matchup, but CJ Stroud's just on fire. Good spot in general. But thank you, everyone. Thank you. Have a good day. Good luck. Hope you guys win. And going to be some good games. That Eagles-Niners game, that's the one we're all looking forward to. That's going to be fun. So have a good one, y'all. Thank you for watching Nice and Blunt, and I'll see you tomorrow with those win-loss picks. Good luck in Week 13.